Well, I'd like to first repeat what I said last week, and that is that over 90% of the value of a stock is due to its profits more than 1 year into the future. So as bad as this year can be, and I agree with Mohammed, there's so much uncertainty. I mean, we could really have a short, quick recession that could do havoc with earnings. The long-term value is not significantly impaired, given that we were a little bit overextended at the end of January, so we're taking off that fluff, and now I think we're down to the position where you have good long-term value. So in my opinion, I say stay the course for all long-term investors. If you had a lot of cash, I would put some to work going forward. Let me also say, it makes no sense to me the Fed should have cash at 160, which is the funds rate, with the 10-year now at 1%. I mean, I understand that there's supply side disruptions as a result of the virus, but let's face it, this is mostly going to be a demand-induced slowdown. I mean, people are canceling trips. They're canceling events. It isn't because there aren't boats and there aren't venues and there aren't planes. It's the fear of getting the virus. So yes, I think the Fed can help, can cure it, but can help by going down vigorously, and I hope they will follow that course.
Jeremy, this is Liz Young. Just to follow on to your point,
yeah.
I think the market does trade more on expectations than it does on events. So at this point, with last week's drop, have we baked in all of that worst case scenario? And going forward, if we continue to get bad news, do we even really react to it? Is it already baked in?
Well, I think that some of it is definitely baked in. By the way, I think in the last segment, what was it, Dr. McCarthy? I thought he was tremendous. I think he was the author of Superbugs. I mean, what he was saying is we're going to see a lot more news about outbreaks here in the United States. The silver lining of that is that he believed that the death rate is much lower than the 2% that we've been getting so far, and that it might just be twice as bad as the seasonal flu. Now, seasonal flu kills a lot of people, but I think that, we're going to get bad news. People going to cancellation. I mean, he talked about canceling March Madness. Can you imagine that? What other events, conventions, conferences, seminars, schools? Wow, that bad news can still come. But again, looking beyond that, and I think we can look beyond that because we've gotten over these bugs in the future, in the past. There's a lot of value out there at current levels.